You're listening to
Catholic Sprouts,
the daily podcast for Catholic kids that strives to plant seeds of faith. Easter Saturday, Jesus' conversation with Peter. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. When they had finished breakfast, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my lambs." A second time he said to him, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him a third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter felt hurt because he had said to him the third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep. Very truly I tell you, when you were younger, you used to fasten your own belt and go wherever you wished. But when you grow old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will fasten a belt around you and take you where you do not wish to go." He said this to indicate the kind of death by which he would glorify God. After this he said to him, "Follow me." The Gospel of the Lord. Look at the image of Jesus talking to Peter. Imagine that you are Peter. Once you reach shore, you sit near Jesus and you eat a meal he has prepared. But as you eat, you keep your eyes lowered. Others speak to Jesus or embrace him, but you sit on the opposite side of the fire and slowly the shame starts to build in your heart. You think of another charcoal fire, one that burned outside the court of the high priest, and in your mind you are back there. You are denying Jesus once again. You recall the sneer on the face of the maid, the cold wind that swept through that long night, and the crow of the rooster that proclaimed your guilt. You want so badly to be near Jesus and to confess what you did, but you're not brave enough. Then when the meal is over, Jesus walks to you. He places his hands on your shoulder and looks into your eyes. You expect him to be mad. He knows what you did. He knew before you even did it. And yet he doesn't scold. Instead, he searches your eyes and he says simply, "Do you love me?" Something breaks inside of you. You do love him. You say yes, but then he asks you again, still searching you. Yes, you say, "I love you." Finally, he looks deeply into your eyes and says a third time, "Do you love me?" A sob chokes you and you fall to your knees crying, "Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus smiles and sits next to you, wrapping his arm around your shoulders. He tells you of what will happen to you in your old age. Through love, you have committed your entire life to him. You will die for love of Jesus Christ. But with his arm around your shoulders, you do not feel afraid. That's it for Catholic Sprouts today. We'll be back tomorrow. But until then, continue to grow in your faith and truly sprout into the beautiful creation that God created you to be.
This podcast is part of the Spoke Street Network. For more great podcasts, visit spokestreet.com.